What's up guys, my name is Stoody. I'd like to welcome you all back to another video and I'd like to welcome you all to episode 22 of Stoody's Say. Now in today's video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the wildcard round that has been brought in for the 2026 AFL season. So basically what this is that the finals series is no longer going to be 8 teams, it is going to be 10 teams. So instead of the pre-finals bye, basically here's what's going to happen. There's going to be 5 weeks in the finals. And the first week will be the wildcard round. So basically the teams that will play in the wildcard round are 7th versus 10th and 8th versus 9th. Obviously the teams that finish 7th and 8th will be the home teams. Now, what are my thoughts on this? A lot of the AFL community seems to hate this idea, but I just want to say that the AFL community is retarded. And here's why. They all seem to hate when the AFL do anything that American sports do. But here's the thing. The American sports are way better run than the AFL. So the AFL doing something that the American sports do is actually usually a good idea. And the wildcard round is, for the most part, a good idea. Mainly for when Tasmania come into the competition. It's not as great for now, considering there's 18 teams in the league. And I personally believe that at least half of the competition should make the finals, which is awkward because, so I don't think a 9-team final series would really work. So they've stuck with the 8 as it's pretty much always been my whole life at least. But with Tasmania coming into the competition and surely the 20th team that will enter not long after, definitely we need to make sure there's more than 8 teams making the finals. Because it's just not fair on good teams that are consistently missing finals because of the fact they don't have enough teams in the finals. Now with the 18-team competition, I personally would have waited for Tasmania to come into the competition before implementing the wildcard round, but I don't mind it for certain seasons. Some seasons the wildcard round would be pretty good. Others, though, it would be really bad. If you look at the season that's just passed, 9th position, the Western Bulldogs won 14 games. In 10th, Sydney won 12 games. Those 2 teams were good enough to be finals quality teams, but because there was so many teams that won a lot of games this year, they missed out, which is not really that fair. But then again, you look at 2021, for example, the 7th and 8th spots, I'm pretty sure from memory, had a negative win-loss record, or at least a even record or something like that. The teams that finished 7th and 8th were terrible. That would make wildcard round pretty painful, I think, because 7th and 8th were not finals quality teams that year. So there are pros and cons. And also another pro is the fact that it will be harder for teams who finish, 7th, 8th or whatever to make the grand final, that sort of thing. It gives the teams that finish higher on the ladder, that had a better season, a bigger advantage in the finals. Because since they brought in that stupid pre-finals bye, it's put the top teams at more disadvantage. For teams that finish 7th to 10th to not have the option to have a rest, I think that's a very good idea because the teams that finished above them will be at a pretty good advantage. They'll be more rested, and that's the way it should be. However, it will still be an issue that top 4 teams that win their qualifying finals will possibly be too rested. That could still be a thing. But if a team that is in wildcard round somehow limps into the prelim, they should be able to get weeded out pretty quickly anyway. So I highly doubt we'll ever see any team that finishes 9th or 10th win the flag. Some people are pissed off because they think this is a money grab. I mean, it probably is. Because adding an extra finals round would definitely bring in the cash. 100%. But I don't think it's a bad move for the future. If you guys think there's too many teams in the finals, have a look at the NBA. There's 20 out of the 30 teams that are in the playoffs in the NBA. If you include the play-in. And even if you don't include the play-in, there's still 16 out of 30 teams that make the playoffs. That's too many. I feel like at least 50% of the teams should be making finals. At the moment, less than 50% make finals. But with a 19th team in the competition and a 20th team, the wildcard round will be a very good addition to make sure the good teams do get rewarded at the end of the season. But anyway, those are my thoughts on wildcard round. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more like this. Be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also be sure to subscribe to my premium King Goals of Nick. Link to his channel is in the description. Also be sure to join my Discord server, East Coast Australian Sports Community. Links to that is in the description. Also be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Instagram, I have Twitter, and also have TikTok. The username for my Instagram is StoodyOnYT, and the usernames for my Twitter and TikTok are StoodyYT. Links to all those will also be in the description. I hope you had a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.